On the work.
Come. Hey, Shalom, hey, you,
Be out
hey,
next Sunday, though, right?
yeah, come, keep that in mind, though, brother, you know, because sometimes it just ain't worth it. That's how it's best to just find something that's,
That's something on side.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, but as far as a job, though,
Yeah.
sometimes it just, I know that's the type of job you like, but sometimes you have a job where you gotta work or be, interact with people too much. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That might calm your spirit, brother. All right, Shalom, brother. Lord willing, next week. Shalom. Come out here once again. First, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Wakak, Wadash. Dumb honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone who rule well, and with taught his knowledge. Salutations to you, fellow laborers, doing the work in true sincerity. Shalom to you. And shalom to the few Akwap that believe. All right, shalom to all of you, all right? Shalom to the hopefully elect of the nation of Israel. All right, Yasha Allah, you know, because things are pretty much heating up and, you know, moving a little fast, you know, as far as prophecy is concerned, you know. And I was lucky, I was, you know, greeting the, you know, greeting the brother out, you know, he got to go to work, you know, so it's lucky for that, you know, I kind of started the camera, you know, doing that, but, I want to say, concerning, you know, what's going on right now, you know, I'll say this because I was talking to these Jake ladies, right? I've been checking out, you know, I had to grab some dog food and shit. So I'm checking out at the Walmart, get some, you know, some dog food from a dog. And these Jake ladies that's working in the self-checkout lane, they were talking about, they were talking to me about the Walmarts, different Walmarts closing down and shit around this area and region. And that just put me in mind of Ecclesiastes 12, you know, and we was talking about it, and you know, and it was the spirit because at first I was going to ignore him, but I was like, you know what, and I got the, you know, the spirit jumped on me, and I was like, you know what, because you know it's about that time, and they was like, about that time for what, and I was like, it's about that time for this place to end, okay, because for all you Israelites out there that ignore the fact of what's going on, hey, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is bringing this place down, all right, as you can see, all right. This is why those jobs are closing down. Okay, these different corporations are shrinking in size. Amazon talking about they're going to lay off or terminate another. I think it's about 100,000 workers. Okay, Walmart closing down different super centers. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I was talking to these Jake ladies. They was you know. Concerned for their job, right? They was concerned for their job because they was hoping that they didn't shut this Walmart down because this is the only Walmart in Southwest Michigan before you get about, you know, I'd say about 20, 30 miles up the road somewhere. Okay? Matter of fact, yeah, that's about right. About because that was other than the Paw, right? So yeah, that's almost 40 miles that way. East, you know, and then I think the next one would be about South Haven, so that's about at least 20-some miles north of here. All right, then you got, you know, Indiana right there, so that's not, it's like another, you know, 30-some, you know, almost 40 miles to get to that Walmart. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they was concerned for their jobs, you know, and which rightfully so because, like I said, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is about to bring this place down. All right, this place is coming to an end. I'm going to bring out this precept, as I mentioned it. I'm going to go ahead and read it. This is the book of Ecclesiastes. Matter of fact, let me hold that. Let me hold that. I'm going to get a couple precepts on Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 8, it says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. So, that's the truth. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning. Now, you don't want to go back to the inception of this place because we know all the horrific things that happen, right? So you don't want to go back to the beginning, going through hardcore slavery again, smallpox shit, slave ships, all right, plantation, gold mines, and diamond mines, and sugar cane fields, and cotton fields, and shit like that. You don't want to go back to the beginning, all right? But you wanna, if you believe in Yahweh Shem Shah, I gotta say that first, If you believe, right, you want this shit to end, right? All right, because this place has been nothing but oppression, all right, oppressive to us, man, all right? So you don't want this place to continue, man. You want this place to come to an end, all right? Because, that's a horrible thing to go through again, man. All over again, watching your babies get ripped from you and shit, like a trail of tears and all that, man. That's a horrible thing, man. Being almost wiped out completely. Some of the tribes were wiped out. Different sect of Gadites. You got the Ephraimites almost wiped out. The so-called Taínos. 200, 300 men, or just Taínos. Period, man. All right, that's a horrible thing to go through, brother. All right. Being lynched, being because it's still lynching, Jake. It's still lynching, Jake. All right, but to go through the hardcore part of that shit all over again, that's horrific, brother. All right, you don't want to go through that again. All right, to all you believers out there, man. So better is the end of a thing than the beginning. All right, because like I said, man, that's a lot of shit we've been through. We still going through it, right? But to go through the beginning of this shit, man, it's just been nothing but hell to us, man. Because we literally in hell for us Israelites, man. All you so-called niggas out here in America, you in hell, man. All right. You get your ass kicked by the curses, man. We all are, man. All us Israelites getting kicked in our ass by these curses, man. Rightfully so. All right, because we got to align with the Most High. All right, and the Most High, punished us, but by using slavery as a measurement of corrective measure, All right, so hey, call Allah Yahweh Shem Shah for that, But it's been an experience of because one time I heard the elder apostle say that Elder Yaquab said that you got to learn wickedness to appreciate righteousness, which I wholeheartedly believe that, because wickedness have landed us in slavery and oppression, right? But then righteousness, right? You learn to appreciate righteousness, which you go into the righteousness of the scriptures, right? You learn what it really means to live upright before Yahweh Shem Shah, because you begin to receive the blessings, right? So we've been receiving these curses, right? But now, when the kingdom is set up, all right, we're going to inherit the blessings. You know what I'm saying? So that is the opposite of the curses. So we know the curses for, like I mentioned some of them: slavery, right? Hardcore slavery and all that, right? Trail of tears, all that, right? That's the opposite, right? Blessing, being able to rule forever, rule over these, like you can say, rule over our oppressors, okay? Being able to enjoy your children, not living in the fucking ghetto. We're gonna live in real. We're gonna be a royal people again, all right, and living like royal people, man. Okay. But the Lord said, "Gonna make us a kingdom of priests." Okay. And we're gonna live it up, man. The kingdom, man. So we're gonna have organic food. Okay, we're gonna be immortal, not die. That's a good. That's the blessings, right? Our the land of Israel going to yield forth her increase to us, because we're the people that belong in that land, man. All right, and that's the beautiful part about the blessings we're going to inherit, man. Now, we will never go into captivity again. Okay, but anyways, let me continue on. Chapter 12. Verse 1, remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, but thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. or the sun, or the light, or the moon, or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Because, the scriptures tell you that the day of the Lord is darkness and not light, man. All right? And the day of the Lord is approaching, All right, the day of the Lord is approaching, and you see the signs of the day of the Lord approaching as well. All right? This is why you have the economy failing. This is why you have, again, the jobs. And I opened up talking about the jobs. The reason why the jobs are absorbing is because the Lord is getting ready to bring this place down. All right? This place was not meant to be forever. And the thing is, our people have been comfortable being in slavery. Slavery is not meant for you to be comfortable. Jake want to make shit comfortable, and goddamn make living in hell, all right, a comfortability or a comfort for us, like it's okay. That Isaiah 30 says our people trust in oppression, man. Isaiah 30 and 12, it says that let me get that real quick. I'm butchering it. Isaiah 30 and verse 12, it says, "Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon." And that's what our people do, man. Our people trust in oppression. They like, I wholeheartedly believe that our people like being on the bottom, man. As long as they get a fucking job, a little vehicle, a little weed to smoke, our people love living in the goddamn ghettos and shit like that, man. All right, our people, that's how you know our people come to a little state, man. When you actually think that living in the hood is a good damn thing, man. You hear this shit growing up. I said this shit when I was younger. I went to towns that Jake lived in, they were nicer than the shit I grew up in. I was like, it's like, I said stupid shit like that when I was in the world. I'm from the hood, I'm from the real hood, dumb shit like that. But as I grew up, I'm like, man, this shit ain't cool. You got to be a so-called full-grown adult. You're like, man, this shit ain't cool right here. Then learn this knowledge, I realized why this shit ain't cool. We are royal people, man. Living in the goddamn ghettos where it ain't nothing but this disorder, all right? Disorder at its finest, all right? Got all these masculine ass women, all right? Dressed scantily clad. Got these men that's becoming effeminate, Police come in your hood and they show you this shit. I've been watching these different shows about the these Edomites, man, and you got a few Jake in there as well. They putting these policemen on spot about not knowing the Constitution. But they tired of this shit when they come in these neighborhoods and shit and they terrorize them. Niggas, show me your ID. When you going to fucking jail. We detain you, going to jail. Shit like that. Cops beating your ass. All right? Police put up on you, beat your ass, throw you in jail and shit. Our people love that type of things, man. Because if you didn't love them, if you didn't love that, you would love serving your home by shooting out a shot. But instead, you love living in this shit. You trust in oppression. You a nigga get a pit bull, the house, and the fucking car. He think he made it. All right. That ain't what I want. I know that's not what the Akim out there that believe me, how about Shana Shah? I know that ain't what they want, man. Shit. Gotta get up, go to work and work these jobs, you might be rich, and your ass sitting here, you poor as a motherfucker, man. Excuse my French, man, but that's what's going on in my mind right now, man. So our people trust in oppression, man. You scared riding down the street when the cop get behind your ass because you don't have the curse say you ain't have an assurance of your life, man. You got that old gut dropping feeling when the police get behind you to pull you over and shit. And then he pull you over, and you say, "Oh, I know my rights." Then he beat your ass, take you to jail anyway. Put all kind of charges on you and shit, and the judge gonna take his side and lock your ass up, man. All right, you got drugs and shit in our community. You got our people murdering one another and shit. It's all going on in the fucking hood, man. Every day is a fucking shooting in the hoods and shit, man. All right, and that's a chaotic way of living, man. Because we've been oppressed. We've been fucking living in this lower state for so long, man. This shit is not fun, man. You know, you got niggas walking around with their fucking pants down their fucking back of their thighs and shit. Women ain't fully dressed. Man, it's madness out here, man. It is fucking madness out here, man. And I'm telling you, man, all our people, they love this shit, man. They love living in the hood, man. Fucking hood nigga, man. They love it, man. Tell them when these Edomite cops fuck them up, man. And that's good, though. Getting you uncomfortable, because it's not, like I said, this ain't our arrest, man. All right? Like a 2 and 10 say, arise ye depart, for this is not our arrest. All right? The kingdom of heaven is the rest of you Israelites out there, man. But you can't see it. All right? You can't see it because you don't believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And that's your main fucking downfall. All right? You believe in all these fucking idols of these different heathen nations, man. Or you believe in fucking everything but Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right? And his word. And you know, and you wonder why you having a bad day every fucking day. All right? You wonder why the things happen to you, which are mainly evil. Okay? You wonder why that shit happened to you. Because you trust in oppression, man. Speaking about the job, you lose your job first. You know? Yeah, you might lose their job too, but not the way you Jake's losing your jobs. This Walmart situation, Jake all through there. You got a lot of Israelites working Walmart, Judites, Levites, Benjaminites, all of them, man. They work at these different stores, man. You gotta remember, we're the main population in this place, man. The tribes are all the 12 tribes, man. We're the workers. Let me continue on. Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Yeah, because pretty soon you're going to see men trembling, because as the society collapses more and more, things get more scarce. All right? Buying goods. You know? Because the inflation going fuck up. All right? This inflation is ridiculous. You buying things at double and triple its price already, man, than it was fucking a year or two ago. How often you watch these financial shows and they show you how inflation, even in different sectors or different, what do you call them, in different quarters, right, of the year, right, going back into the, the 70s, 80s and shit, how it the inflation or the interest rate, the double and triple and shit, man, the cost of things. So if you don't have no job, and if you do have a job, you don't make enough money to sustain yourself when these inflation keep rising. What you're going to start to see is, you're going to start to see, men losing out here, man. You're going to start to see people losing, because why? People going to want to eat, and they don't have no money to get no food. So what's the next thing to do? Start invading one another. Let me get that real quick, and I'll come back here. And the grinders represents the workers, man. All right, the grinders represents the workers, man. You Israelites don't got no job security, okay? You don't have a assurance of your job. You don't know what job ain't gonna fire your ass. All right? You think you're safe. All right? No one's safe, man. No one's safe out here. Here all these things going on where I'm speaking about the jobs declining and everything, and you sitting around here want to goddamn worry about fucking TikTok videos and shit, man. Fucking Facebook and Twitter. Just being a nigga, man. All right, just being a fucking nigga, man. All the tribes. Got our women on fucking TikTok video talking about they think they fucking big and shit. You know? This place gotta go, man. That's perverseness, man. Vanity. All right, which is foolishness, man. 2nd Ezra 15 and 14, it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sworn their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." And you see that's going on right now. All right, where the sedition is beginning to increase. All right, watching these, like I said, these Edomites, they putting these centurions, these police officers on blast, man, because they don't fucking know the Constitution. They don't live, or they were sworn in to uphold the Constitution, but they don't fucking do that, man. They break their rights all the time, man. So you got some Edomites, and like I said, a few Jakes, they've been suing, winning these civil lawsuits over these police departments for violating their civil rights. I see, hey, that's like one of the main things I watch on YouTube now. When I got my spare time and shit, I'm watching these videos of them putting these Edomite centurions on blast, and even the Jake cops, man. They show you that the police they're not even constitutional. And they damn sure don't even know the Constitution, but they'll roll up on your ass. The man you show your identity. That's what they did in hardcore slavery. Because it ain't never patty rollers. All right, that's where it comes from. Patty rollers. Well, what the patty rollers would do, they roll up on you. All right, they roll up on you. You better have a fucking pass. Google the slave pass. You gotta have a pass to go from one plantation to another, or to one house to another, going for your master, man. All right. Well, the slave patroller, they can bring your ass back, dead or alive. All right, dead or alive, bring your ass back to your master, or where you belong. That's the same thing the police officers do. They roll up on your ass. All right. Where you going, boy? Identify yourself, Now with the slave pass had on it, I am such and such, and I have permission to go in such and such way this journey and return this to my master, Mr. So and so, so and so. So now it went from that to goddamn, you roaming around, you get caught in these Edomite neighborhoods, they roll up on your ass and hey, what you doing over here? I seen a Jake sitting in like it was like a long little hiking trail, where his friend had rolled over, right? And he had a candlelight visual. They rolled up on him and harassed him and shit, man. All right. Sent out multiple squad cars. You clearly see he was having a little candlelight visual, man. They still roll up on him and fuck with him, man. Okay. And they was questioning, like, what do you say? I'm sitting here not committing the crime. I'm not breaking the law. Why are you bothering me, fuck, man? Show you that you a slave, man. All right? Because you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, you don't think you're slaves. You think you're free. You niggas think you free, man. Esau beat your ass and remind you that you ain't free every day, man. And you still can't see it, man. You still can't see it. But like I said, now the people that's living in America, whether they heathen, whether they're Jake, they're starting to wake up to realize that these motherfuckers don't even know the Constitution, and I'm gonna force my constitutional rights upon them, right? Because really, you ain't got no rights if you were Israelite. So it makes it even worse when you can prove that Esau's violating, man. He's violating your civil rights, okay? And there's one Jake on there, he live off suing the police departments, man. He get like 6, 7, 8 grand a whop for them violating his rights, okay? And that's what's going on, man. That's creating sedition. You got these constitutional crazies, all right? They serious about that shit. Especially these Edomites. There's mainly the Edomites out there. They serious about that shit, man. They cuss these fucking centurions out to their fucking face. They go up into the government buildings, the police departments, everywhere, and make them acknowledge their constitutional rights, man. Okay, and that's a big thing on YouTube, right? That's why I watch it. You know? I mean, you name it, man. So this sedition is going. Sedition means violent strife. Sedition means violent strife. You got some crazy gun rights owners out here, you know, willing to die for their constitutional rights to bear arms and all that, and all those things, man. And they're not playing about that. And they actually reading the Constitution, and like I said, enforcing them to acknowledge their constitutional rights. So they're not even acknowledging the police officers as authority. I seen the police chiefs get checked. See? Verse 16, for there should be sedition among men and invading one another. And that's going to happen. You're going to invade one another. And it said they're going to get really scarce as far as the goods you buy. And when there's no more goods to buy, then what happens? Oh, he got this over here. Let's go over there and get that. You know, that's how men gonna start to think, man. That survival mode kick in. Survival mode kicks in when you faced with when you faced with fucking, you know, what I'm looking for, the word I'm looking for. When you faced with desperate situations, that survival mode kicks in. All right. You may have to go look for food or hunt for food, right? But if somebody know you got food, they may come in your shit and just take your shit. Then what? All right? Especially you women, and you ain't got, all you women that's Mr. Independent and shit, you ain't got no man. When other men kicking your fucking door, then what? Especially the so-called black woman, you know, she don't need no man. Right? Let her tell it. But when all hell breaks loose, when Jacob's time of trouble is on, you're going to wish you had a fucking man. All right? Because the Lord said he's going to make a man more precious than fine gold, man. All right? That's talking about the men of Israel, man. The men of Israel that especially are the servants of the Lord, man. That's stable in those days because they've gotten this knowledge and understanding of the scriptures, and they're stable when all hell breaks loose, when Jacob's time of trouble is on. The Most High is protecting them and giving them water to drink, giving them a food to eat. Lord, one of those men. It speaks about that in what's that, Isaiah 65. Behold, my servant shall drink, but you shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall eat, but you shall be hungry, man. See what I'm saying? And that's what's going on, you know? All you people out here don't even understand what's going on right now. Babylon the Great, which is so-called America, is getting ready to come down to its end, man. All right? This is, it says, verse 16, for there should be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard your kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. See, this is leading up to the day of the Lord, right? This is when all hell breaks loose. They send up the city posts with the troops, the different military personnel troops, right? Or you can't come in. And then you know that the MOTB is out. They pushing that heavy in the news. They can make it where, hey, you ain't got the MOTB, you know, that RFID, C-HIP, you can't get in. Then what? Then what? Because not a lot of people are in this matrix, man, of thinking, man. They don't think this place will ever end. A lot of people gonna take the goddamn RFID watch. Niggas gonna line up, hold their hand out, or fucking, whatever they live, whatever arm it is, hand, whatever. Forehead, whatever. Yeah, give me that. Getting the RFID, your ass can be destroyed, man. All right, Revelation 14 and 9, man. All right. There's a judgment for taking that MOTB. All right, that RFID. All right. So when they set it up where you can't enter in or go out of the city, then what? That's where faith kicks in there. If you don't got faith, then you don't got nothing, man. All you Israelites out there, you don't got faith in Yahweh Shema Shah, you ain't got nothing, man. All right, because in this same chapter it says all unfaithful shall die in unfaithfulness, man. Your ass been living up in America thinking this a cool place to be. Then when Yahweh Shema Shah destroy this place, and then you looking all sick when the missiles coming. Shitting yourselves. All right? It says, a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So if a man gonna be fucking afraid when all this shit all hell break loose, right? How much more the women, man? Like I said, Miss Independent, especially the so-called black one. All right? When you big Tanisha's out there, big Nene, all right, big Tay, big, the big Shantays of the world, big Lisas, all right. When you out there getting preyed upon by packs of men and shit, but these niggas out here gonna get crazy out here, man. All right. You might just fuck around and be a dinner for one of these fucking Edomites or somebody, man. Okay? Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And that's what's going to come. All right? Great tribulation. You're going to see a lot. Hey, you're going to see a lot of death out here, man. It's gonna be like the purge, man. All right, it's gonna be like the purge out here, man. Every man for himself. Rolling in packs, of alliance of groups of men. Women and children are spoiled, man. They're spoiled in time of calamity and war and shit, man. All right. Back in Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 3, it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men bound themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the doors of Judah shall be brought low. See? That's what's going to happen, man. People gonna be scared as shit. We're gonna have these guys that used to having a job looking at you, ain't no fucking job. And when your food run out, you ain't gonna just sit there. All right? You ain't gonna just sit there when your food run out. You gonna go try to find food, whether it's kicking another man's door or whatever, man. See, you take Jacob's time of trouble light. Come on, you tribes, man. You take Jacob's time of trouble light, and it's not going to be a light thing at all, man. Hey, the prophet Daniel said it's not going to be like another day. It's not going to be, let me get that real quick. I'm pushing it. Jeremiah and Daniel. Jeremiah and Daniel was saying pretty much the same thing, about the time of trouble, right? This is Jeremiah 30, and verse 7. Let's get this one first. Well, I'll start up with Jeremiah 30 and 5 says, "Thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace." Yeah, because When all hell breaks loose, that's not a state of peace. That's a state of disorder. That's a state of chaos. Okay? And this is what's going to happen, man. You ain't no, when all hell breaks loose, you ain't have no peace out here. All right? What's peaceful about somebody kicking in your door, man? Ain't nothing peaceful about that. It says, verse 6, ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail? And all faces are turned into paleness. You know, like a woman going into labor, you know. This is how men gonna be, you know, because a woman going to labor, she's terrified. You know, she got the pain surpassing her womb, all right? And then, you know, she's getting ready to give labor, so she's in fear, right? Because she got to push out that baby through her womb, right? So a man a man is going to be afraid like a woman going into labor. You know, her nerves is all over the place, man. She's super nervous, man. Guys can be out here and shit, looking around all scared, don't know what to do. They don't know how to survive. This place have made you comfortable. A man's real nature is not even exploited. You know, a man's real nature ain't sought out there in America. You know, you got the Edomites. They go hunting and shit, right? But a lot of Jakes don't go hunting and shit, man. A lot of Jakes don't know how to fucking build a tent, man. Or let alone just have a tent you can easily set up. You know, survival tools and shit like that. Fire starter. All right. Have different things that can purify water. Activated charcoal, whatever. Wheatgrass, whatever, man. You know, Jake don't know about things like that. All right. Jake don't know how to hunt for food. All right. So what they gonna tell you? A lot of guys can be out here dying, man. Okay? Verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. See? So that none is like it, right? It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. See? Time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right, it says so that none is like it, though. That was my point. All the horrific thing that Israelites been through, Jacob's time of trouble is far worse than that. It says so that none is like it, man. Trail of Tears, 70 AD, transatlantic slave trade, and these things I'm naming the word, they were horrific, man. They were straight up calamity, straight up just, man, some of the worst things we've seen so far happen to our people, man. You know, smallpox, all that, man. We've seen a lot. But Jacob's time of trouble, shit. It's like putting all those things we already been through all together in once, or in one, and it all happened at once, you know? And Jake have been in some fucking times, man, where, you know, these Edomites have sorely oppressed us, man. And did all kind of shit to us, man. All of us tribes. All right? And then speaking about Judah, you know, shit, you know, the lead tribe of Judah on down, we all know it very well of what took place, man. All right? And what happened to our people, man. Let me go from there. I want to go to the book of Daniel. And matter of fact, how you know that Jacob's time of trouble is going on? Because all the signs that were given by Yahweh Shah, by the different prophets, all right, these things are happening, man. All right, the Lord told Habakkuk, he said that the vision is there for a appointed time, man. All right, it said, though it tarry, wait for it, but before it will surely come. Now you see these different prophetic events going on. Nation rises against nation, wars and rumors of wars. You got all these things going on, man. All these things are a lead up to the day of the Lord, man. All right. But at the same time, you're gonna have Jacob's time of trouble happening, which is time of trouble for you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man. Because we're the Israelites, man. We're Jacob. All right. It says Daniel 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince who is standing for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. Right? So it's pretty much essentially the same thing that Jeremiah prophet said. All right? It's going to be a time of trouble, man. The children of thy people are talking about Israelites, man. Some of our nation, man. A time of trouble for our people. Hey, the scriptures tell you in Revelation 12 and 12 that the devil has come down having great wrath because he knows he has but a short moment, a short time, but a moment, man. Because why? The devil is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. He's pushing his NWO. All right? He's pushing that on the people. Because why? He want to move on the people. He want to have everybody get their RFID. He want ultimate possession of all the people, especially you Israelites out there, man. Especially. Esau wants total control because he wants to be the Most High. Isaiah 14, he said he will ascend above all that is called the Most High. He will be like the Most High. This is the mind of Esau, even the so-called white man. To get with their elites, man. Which are the central banking families, man. This is their mindset. They want to put your ass back in hardcore slave and have you as a perpetual slave forever, man. Why do you think they push it so hard? All right, that fucking those cargo ships, it ain't just stay out in the ocean for no reason. That was all designed. That's all designed because this is a country that imports a lot of goods. All right, America hardly produces anything. They don't hardly produce shit. Most of the things you have in America are made in China, Taiwan, and these other places, made in Mexico, Chile. Right? A lot of shit is imported into this country. All right? So it depends on, all right, this country depends on importation, man. All right, importing of goods. But what happens when the imports shut down? Then the people can't receive the goods. So it's a way of starving the people out of the goods. All right, which that's spoken about in the 18th chapter of Revelation, how the merchants of the sea, they're gonna not be able to sell their goods, because everybody, all these other countries are exporting their goods over here to America. But now you got a lot of these countries, they not want to continue on business with America, and they're changing their currency. They're doing business through other currencies, other way of other countries' currencies, that's backed by something that's valuable, like gold. So, like I said, the time of trouble is going to be for our people. All right, and a lot of these things are going to happen. Or increase more and more as the days and weeks go by. All right, you had earlier on watching the news, you got Babylon, which is America, they shooting over in Syria again. All right, came into the Iranians and attacked them. All right, it's the same old script, man. Just lies, man. Lies upon lies, man. Lies upon lies, man. And the whole earth know that America is one of the biggest superpowers nuclear powers in the world. So it makes no sense for the Iranians to attack them on their own. But let them tell it. Let Esau tell it. Or let Esau tell it. The Iranians, which are the Persians in the scriptures, have attacked them. Let me get this precept real quick. And if the Iranians are attacking them, which are, like I said, which are the Persians, if the Persians are really attacking them, that's all within the scripture. At the same time, Russia is putting their strategizing nuclear deterrents and nuclear vehicles in different parts of Belarus and other countries that they're allies with. That's all prophecy, man. Let's get something real quick. I gotta get something real quick. And this is why they didn't want the Persians, which are the Iranians, they didn't want them to build the nuclear bombs. They knew that they're gonna fight back. All right. This is it's like compared to 1 second. I almost got it. Jeremiah 49 and starting at verse I'm just going to write this point. Isaiah 49 and 20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that he had taken against Edom, which Edom, you Edomites are people you call yourself white, or Caucasian. You're the Edomites. All right, by the line of your fathers. All right. If you're not, if your blood go back to Esau, Edom, you're Edomite, man. Period. Now you do have some Israelites look like them. All right, but for the most part, hey, speaking in general, all right, the house of Esau, Edom, today is called white or Caucasian, man. That's the true nationality, and Edom means red, because you're really red, you're not white, man. All right, it's something that your elites have lied to you to think that you're okay, man. It says, therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he had taken against Edom, and his purposes that he had purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. So, hey, should say the least of the flock shall draw them out. All right. So, hey, that could be happening with the so-called Iranians, which are the Persians, man. Okay, because they don't like the fucking Edomites, man. Don't nobody like the Edomites, man. And the book of Obadiah tell you that the Lord gonna make them small among the heathen. So the other heathen nations don't even fucking like you, so they despise your ass too. Okay? Rightfully so, man. See? Surely the least of the flock should draw them. Them so-called Iranians been wanting to get that get back from you killing their general, man. What's his name? Soleimani. They have a right to attack you back because you assassinated their fucking top military brass. You and them goddamn Benjamin Netanyahu character, man. Okay, because he's the one that's spearheading the U.S. and NATO war efforts over in the Middle East, man. He's the one that's how you say directing the military over there. We need to go against them because this they're gonna come against us, will show you that they're not the people, because the people of that land is going to be at peace when they return, man. I had a lesson about that the other day. All right, it says that when Jacob returned, he shall be at rest, and none shall make him afraid. But since it's been almost 75 years because let me get that too. That's something that people ain't looking at. It's been almost 75 years since you had the state of Israel, right? And what happened is, from day one they enter into our land, they've been at war because they don't belong in our fucking land, all right? The land of Israel belongs to the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, because we're the Israelites, man. All right, and that land belongs to us, not you Amalekites, man. Okay? This is Ezekiel 30. Ezekiel 36 and verse 5. Therefore, thus said the Lord of power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which I have appointed my land into the possession of, with the joy of all their heart, with spiteful minds, to cast out for a prey. And that's what you've done. You know, you created this thing called the Balfour Declaration, and you claimed our land as your land. All right? And then you actually got the world thinking that you're us, man. And then the Most High is especially reprove you to your face by causing Ezekiel 37 chapter to take place. The awakening of, the Israelites from the spiritual dead state, pretty much, man. All right, to summarize it, right? The dry bones, the valley of the dry bones. All right, it's the Israelites waking up to their nationality, man. Which have caused a controversy, which that's what the Lord wants. But it's putting you Amalekites on blast. You Amalekite Edomites, man. Amalek is the chief tribe of the house of Esau, Edom, man. And he's putting you on blast by waking us up. And dispel all the lies that you've been perpetuating, man. That's what's going on. All right? Even your rabbis have been, the things that we're teaching, man. Yeah, they're right about this, but then one thing they don't include, all right, when you speak to them about the northern tribes, they don't include us. They don't know where the northern tribes at. We right fucking here, right with our brothers, man. All right, Jeremiah 50 and 33. The children of Judah and the children of Israel are pressed together, man. All right, you hear that, Fopi, nigga? All you Fopi niggas out there, man. All right? The children of Israel, which is the northern tribes, and the children of Judah are pressed together right here in Babylon the Great. Well, not Jeremiah 50 talking about Babylon? Did we all go to Babylon together? No. You had the northern tribes went into the Syrian captivity, and then the southern tribes went to the Babylonian captivity. So when they talk about ancient Babylon, it's talking about Babylon the Great, or also known as the virgin daughter of Babylon, which is right here in America. All right? Right here in this fucking filthy-ass whore you call America, man. This is where we've been oppressed at, right here, man. All right? Speaking with the brother, he had to go to work, but he was telling me, like, man, I see other roommates that look like you and all that. I'm like, yeah, we come in different shades like any other tribe, man. It don't matter how you fucking look. If you're an Israelite, you're an Israelite. More importantly, if you believe, faith. That's the main importance. Do you have faith, man? Do you really believe in Yahweh Shem Shah? And if you believe, are you serving Yahweh Shem Shah? Have you eaten this roll and went out to teach the house of Israel, man? Because the scriptures talking about giving diligence, man. But you got these folky niggas out here, all right? You niggas think that, oh man, the scriptures say that the Israel like Ethiopians. Yeah, it says that because the Lord said, "Art thou not like unto the Ethiopians?" He's what did the Lord say? He said, "Art thou not like unto the Ethiopians, O house of Israel?" So yeah, you got that, which is meaning that because you got to think about it. The Ethiopians, they're fair-looking people, but then the Ethiopians are different shades. All right? And I didn't go into that part because Elder Apostle Ramlab did it. Going into the speckled bird, it was Jeremiah 12:9. A speckled bird has several colors. So all of a sudden, the Israelites don't like different, shades of complexions. Even looking like so-called white people. Come on, man. You guys is trying to be relevant, man. Because somebody acknowledge you folk and niggas for real, man. All right? I might acknowledge you guys, man. I might, you know what I mean? I might get stuck with you niggas, man. All right? Here it is. They don't like nobody. They learn from one Westers. That's folk the whole thing. You gotta be a fucking Hamite to be considered to be Israelite, according to you niggas. I hope, man. You know what? Anyways, man. Back to you Amalekites, man. All right. Like I said, the reason why Benjamin Netanyahu was put in there was because he's going to continue to influence the U.S. and NATO. That's who they work for. That's who the whole NATO work for. The U.S. on down to the other NATO members. They all get orders from the elites of Esau. That's why they bombing in Syria again. That's why they coming against the Iranians, which are the Persians. All right? They doing that because them damn Amalekites, man. Yeah, you go in this land right here, you going to drop these bombs on them. You do this, you know what I'm saying, and get them out of there because they going to come against us and all that shit. It said that they appointed the Lord's land, all right, into the possession, into their possession with the joy of all their heart. Because why? They always wanted to be us. Because why? They want that blessing, man. They want that blessing. They want that birthright back. And they're doing anything. They're trying to do anything to get it. When Esau was rejected, man, point blank, period. All right. So you was rejected, man. You've been angry and Esau been mad. He's been mad and taking vengeance out on the tribes, especially Judah. All this long time, man. He want that blessing that bad. He want that birthright back that bad, which he sold. All right. But you Amalekites, man, you the ones that spearheaded, because like I said, you're the chief tribe of the house of Esau, Edom, man. Now you don't know that, but that's really who they are, man. Them are the ones that's in the land of Israel. And they know it. They know it. In order for you to tell a lie, you gotta know the truth, man. In order for you to perpetuate a lie for so many generations or centuries, you gotta know the truth. All right. It says this in let's see. Zechariah 9:6. And the bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. So, hey, Ashdod is within the land of Israel. So it says a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Esau is not a son of the Most High. Ain't nobody sons of the Most High besides the sons of Jacob, which are the Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man. The people in the land don't have woolly hair or burnt brass skin. They like raw steak meat. All right. The Lord ain't gonna send his people. They ain't gonna let his people be unclean forever. Even though you have, I'm not saying that because you got Israelites that look like Edomites, man. But the Israelites have a complexion that's told in the scriptures, man, which is different shades of brown. Yes, Fopi, cake unturned meaning light brown, man. He brought Ephraim as a cake unturned. Yeah, Ephraim is a cake unturned. All right. See, he had mingled himself among the people. I got best friends are Ephraimites, man. They you couldn't even tell them apart from the Southern Kingdom Jakes, man. All right. And then when it described Ephraim in the scriptures, see one thing I learned about who said this? It was one of the elders that said, you know, when you're around the tribes, you can see the difference, right? I'm one of them guys that know the difference. I grew up around the southern kingdom and the northern tribes. You're coming from a man that is of the northern tribes by lineage, by house of my fathers, right? But because of, I got cousins that got kids by southern kingdom men, and all that. I got that in my family, right? And then you grew up in the hood, you're around a lot of Southern Kingdom Jake anyway. Again, Israel and Judah are pressed together, right? And I've always easily gotten along with the northern tribes, it's natural. But it was when I was growing up, it was contention with the southern tribes. Right? So I got older. My so-called adolescent years, roughly right before that, up until your adult years, so to speak. All right. But Ephraimites is my best friends. Ephraim and Issachar. Right? They were my best friends. And we got along like it was naturally brothers, man. I'm talking about at a young age, man. At a young age. We always gotten along. We always kind of like had love for one another. But then I would have contention with the southern kingdom. Just I don't know why. It just always happened that way. But as I got older, we got cool and shit. They know like, okay, he know how to hoop and shit, and box and all that shit. You know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Best fighters around and shit. That's how I got cool with a lot of southern kingdom cats, man. Let's show you that. You know what I'm saying? And then as I got older, I realized we do the same shit, man. Do the same shit, man. It was coming from a man that grew up, had the hair and all that stupid shit, man. Had the long hair, but that didn't matter. The Ephraimites I knew, and the other northern tribe members I knew, I knew them. It was all based upon that neighborhood shit, school, Their parents would invite me in, hey, you have some to eat, shit, we would hang out together, spend the night at each other's house all the time and shit. To this very day, I got contact with them, man. All right? It says that Ephraim means I am fruitful. And the reason why Ephraim had them kids like that because they was almost wiped out. And they do have kids like that because I watch with my own eyes. Well, Ephraimites, they be, hey, women, especially Southern Kingdom women, they love Ephraimite men, man. They give them Ephraimite, they can have all kind of kids. Ephraim have a lot of fucking kids, man. They have about 5 or 6 kids by each woman, man. I've seen it, man. I'm not telling you something I don't know or haven't seen with my own eyes, man. They cool, they can dance, they can sing and shit. Issachar, sing and dance, all that shit, man. That's how you know we're the same nation, man. All you guys is carnal, man. You just carnal-minded individuals, man. All right? But talking about so we don't accept them or we'll say something among the Edomites. Even in the land of Israel right now, among them Amalekites, you have some Israelites among them. All right? And y'all accept them, but y'all won't accept us northern tribes. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense whatsoever. Ishmaelites got afros, man. Straight up Ishmaelites got afros, man. Curly type of afro, man. And that makes no difference. I had one Ephraimite tell me that their parents make them straighten their hair. They get too curly, make them straighten their hair. This older Ishmaelites used to tell me that, man. When I was working with him, man. His name is Antonio. All right, he say, man, my parents would make me straighten my hair, man. I would go to school with a big curly afro. And he's straight up Ishmaelite, man. Carnal, man. This is just carnal, man. Let me get a precept, man. You guys accept them, them Amalekite looking Jakes, but you can't accept the northern tribes, man. Court, you niggas, we bastards all of a sudden. Ecclesiastes 11:2, commend not a man for his beauty, neither abhor a man for his outward appearance. All right? And we don't, and one thing about us, we don't do that. We don't look at a person's outward appearance. You know? You may look at it, but do we judge him according like that? No, unless he's showing he's a sodomite or something like that. But as far as, just looking at you, no, the scriptures say, try the spirits to see whether they are of the Most High or not. No, Romans 8:16 said the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we're the children of the Most High. So it's all about the Spirit. This is a spiritual book. All right? We don't just think, you like an Edomite. He must be Edomite, brother. No, we don't do that, man. All right? I myself don't do that. And other brothers, true worshipers, all right, that are Akim, they don't do that as well. They judge a man by spirit, man. It don't matter like the other nations of people. That's the curse that Deuteronomy 28:64 that the Lord will scatter the Israelites among all people are upon the face of the earth, man. All right? And everywhere we at, we do the same shit, man. All right? We're always going to be noticeable because the Lord put a sign upon us that you can identify us. All right? They can identify us wherever we at. And no matter what country we in, how we looking. Okay? You can tell, okay, it's the Israelite right there. All right? They can tell, okay, this is, okay. See, as a matter of fact, what I've come to find out is when you talk to them different Jakes that look like these other nations, they know their history real good. All right? They know their history real good. All right? But you got niggas out here that are claiming, because you ain't African. Like the Israelites are scared. No, you had a group of Southern Kingdom tribes that fled to Africa 70 AD. Okay? Even our Lord had to flee into Egypt, so-called Africa, which is in the land of Africa, right? The land of Ham, to hide from Herod. Okay? Let's get that, man. Because you had Israelites that lived over there, man. That Matthew 2. Matthew 2, and this is talking about Joseph and Mary had to flee into Egypt, right? Matthew 2 and 12. It says, and being warned of the Most High in the dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, arise, take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word. For Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. When he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt. Because why? You had the Alexandrian Jews already set up there. It was named Alexandria because going back to the Greeks, which translates into the Romans. Because the Greeks and the Romans were the same people. That's why we call it the Greco-Roman Empire. All right? Which was the long period where the Edomites ruled, man. About 1,000 years, man. Roughly 1,000 years, a little more, man. They ruled for a long period, man. Roughly 1,000 years, man. Yeah, it's about a 1,000-year period they ruled, man. They did all kind of heinous things to the Israelites, man. Mainly it was Southern Kingdom there, with a few sprinkles of northern tribes, but mainly it was the Southern Kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi. But they did a lot of things to them, and they had to flee a lot of the time, man. It was 66, when the Romans came up against Jerusalem, they had to flee, man. Yahweh Shai prophesied about them. He spoke about the abomination that make it desolate, talking about the Edomites, man. Because they was going to make Jerusalem desolate. See, a lot of them Israelites had to flee, man. They fled into Egypt because you had Israelites or Jews from the Southern Kingdom, right? because the southern kingdom was called the Jews, right? They fled to Egypt among them to hide among them. This is Joseph and Mary, man. They went there. Joseph and Mary went there and hid. All right, when Yahweh Shai was a baby, man. See? It ain't got nothing to do with the Hamites that was there. No, it's because of it was Israelites there in Alexandria, Egypt, man. That's history, man. Because what I just read to you, you can look up the Alexandrian Jews, man. All right, there's the Alexandrian Jews. That's the reason why the Lord sent the angel to tell them, hey, go into Egypt, man. Take you and your wife and your child and go into Egypt. All right, and they went to Egypt and hid there until the Lord spurred them to come back to the land of Israel, Bethlehem. Okay, so that's it had nothing to do with the Hamites, folky. They ain't gonna hide among the Hamites, no. One thing about the Hamites, the Hamitic nations, the Hamites and the Israelites have had many wars and many generations of contention between us two. All right, you name it, Canaanites, Philistines, what have you, man. There's been plenty of wars, man. Plenty of warring with them, you know, fighting with them, you know, fighting against them. So we ain't, you know, we didn't really get along with them. Now all of a sudden the Lord going to bring us together? No, man. It's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. And but you accept them though. You accept them, and then you act like we just. You know, we just nobodies, right? Even though if you look at our history, right, our language is the ancient Paleo Hebrew. Our customs are Hebrew Israelite customs. But yet the Native Americans and us Hispanics can't be the northern tribes. When the Moors translated for the Edomites, the Moors are Jews, Israelites, the Southern Kingdom, right? Did not they translate the Hebrew, nigga? Well, why the fuck we spoke Hebrew then? That makes no sense. If we spake the ancient Paleo Hebrew, motherfucker, that let you know that we are Israelites, man. Because the native tongue of the Moors was what? The Hebrew. Because they were Hebrew Israelites of the southern tribes. Judah, Benjamin, Levi. All right? They ain't come over here and translate no Greek language or Latin language. We didn't learn that shit till afterwards, man. We didn't learn about the English and the Spanish and all that shit, whatever, French, maybe. We didn't learn that shit till the Edomites came over here and took us over. And that's the truth, man. This is the reason why a lot of our history is hidden. How can this car, man, anyways, let me get some more presets, man. I'm gonna grab a preset real quick. This guy's crazy, man. Everyone, say you guys are preset. You guys are a joke, man. See? And they deal with the nigga of all niggas, Sarnetta. Come. Lord, when it comes to me, I'm looking for a precept. I'm gonna bring out. I'll come back to it. Like, I'm gonna grab something out here, going a little something. Get some niggas out here, man. Now, they criticize this book right here, right? Let me see something real quick. This is a preface of the Zondervan's, right? It says in the Zondervan preface, it says Mr. G. Eric Mattson of Mattson Photo Service, the Oriental Institute of the University of Chicago, the British Museum of London, University Museum of Pennsylvania, the Radio Times Houghton Picture Library of London, University of Michigan Library, Dr. John F. Walvert, Dr. Siegfried H. Horn of Andrews University, and others. This is the sources of this book, right? They all, basically what you had was scholars put this book together. And when you look them up, they were this was put together by those a lot of them were Jewish scholars. That was one of the brothers. I forget what camp he said he was, but he snooped me all the time. I just know that my brother Jerome, I think he was speaking on. He's a Jew like though. Cool brother. So when you look this up, right? It says American Schools of Oriental Research, Jerusalem, because it goes back to, like I said, the Amalekites, the so-called Jews, mainly was the ones that put this Zondervan Bible Dictionary together. They got all the sources from all different countries. It says Oriental, it says London, over here in the States, over in Asia. They got together a lot of those archaeological finds and everything. They created this book right here, all right? Which, and they criticize what it says, Ham, right? They was criticizing where it says him, right? Which, now these are scholars, right? These are scholars, and keep in mind again, the Amalekites, right? The so-called Jews, right? They distinguish the difference. They know the difference between a Negro and what you call African. Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons who lived through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. And it gives biblical references, right? So how can you dispute that, folks? That's accurate. The Messiah, Yahweh Shai, the word black means Negro, means no, whatever, right? Same shit, right? But describe him as being so-called black, right? So, if we describe him as being that, right? Are you telling me, because they describe him as being so-called black, you trying to tell me that the so-called blacks and the Africans are the same people? No. You don't say that about the East Indians. They're so-called black people. What about the people of Jaffa? You got a lot of them dark-skinned people. All right? The thing is, you guys hold on to that Hamitic stuff, because that's what Esau puts in your mind, into the Southern Kingdom Jake's mind especially, man. African shit, and Africanism, and Pan-Africanism, Kemetic shit, man. So now you hold on to, like the Fopi niggas, they hold on to that. They cling to it, right? They don't want to be anything else but an African. Oh, the Lord gonna take us back to Africa. No, it ain't, nigga. Just because the land of Israel touched the land of Africa, continent of Africa, right, the land of Ham, doesn't mean it's a part of it. One thing you don't never hear him say is how the land of Israel touched several other countries. But it's just because that African stigma is so much in your mind, man. You trying to help the Edomites push that African Israelite narrative, man. Okay? That's what you're doing. Because ain't no fucking way you're going to say that the Israelites are African descent. Unless you bugged out, man. Isaiah 25:7, it says, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations, which are what? The nationality. That's why when they go and get athletes from these different countries, they know where to go to. They go mainly west. How do I know? Because I grew up a big athlete, man. All right? And I watched a lot of sports growing up. Even myself, this one Jake, right? I had his shoes when I was a kid. Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon, the Nigerian Jake, man. I was a little bitty boy. I loved him, man. You know, I was roughly about fucking 7, 8 years old watching Hakeem Olajuwon. I started watching sports at like 4 or 5 years old. My dad brother is a big sports fan. He was he's especially fighting sports, right? He was an all-state wrestler, man. And he got me on watching sports. And what he would do is he would come and get me. Then my dad had just got killed around that time, about like 5, And he started coming and get me a lot, and he would take me over with him, and he watched a lot of sports. And I watched them saying, well, I don't watch them as much like I used to, nowhere near how I used to. I barely watched it of all, you know what I'm saying? But the same teams I would watch back then was my favorite teams when I grew up. But one thing I always noticed was that Hakeem Olajuwon was a big name in the NBA. He could go back to the Igbos, the so-called Nigerians, man. All right? Which are Israelites, okay? But Again, they know where to go to find the Mitzrayite set. So here it is. Now, need I mind you, right? Now, one thing about Jake want to be like other Jakes, right? Jake don't want to be like the other nations, man. Jake look up to other Jakes, man, right? I looked up to them athletes because I wanted to be one of them athletes growing up. You know, I wanted to be fucking Desmond Howard and shit. Packers. I wanted to be Iris, I wanted to be that shit when I was a kid growing up. I wanted to be like the Barry Sanders of this world, right? I had aspirations of being that, right? But the first thing I wanted to be though was a fighter, though. All right, I wanted to learn how to fight. All right, we would watch different martial art movies and things like that, and then it was just happened where like when I was literally like 5 years old, my mom put us into karate and shit, and kickboxing, karate, kickboxing, and shit. That was like my first love, fighting and shit. All right, learn how to fight, and so I looked up to a lot of Jakes that knew how to fight. And I want to play, like the basketball and the baseball and all that shit. I looked up to Jake, man. All right, whether that was Northern tribes or Southern tribes. Sammy Sosa was my favorite baseball player growing up. All right. The point is, Jake look up to other Jakes, man. All right, and want to be like the Jakes that's in the public eye. I didn't grow up wanting to be like fucking. I didn't grow up being like fucking Edomite or a Hamite, a Moabite. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to grow up being like that. I looked up to other Jakes, man. And then to know that you have the same ability as them. You do the same thing they do, with the same thing they like, you like. See, we didn't come in this world, for most of us, we didn't come in this world knowing we were Israelite, right? But looking back on it, right, you was like, damn, I remember, certain situations, certain events that happened where you look back like, damn, this is why we did this together. This is why we got along like this. And to learn that you're the same people, you come from the same nation of people. All right, that's the Lord, removing that covering cast and showing His people that, hey, no, you guys are one family. All right, all you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans by the house of your fathers, you're my chosen nation of people, man. I created you to be Israel. This is who you are. So I look back on that with like, damn, this is why, this happened right here. And one thing about school. See, this is how you know that Esau, man, gotta pay for a lot of shit. See, in school, Esau will make it seem as though we're different. But one thing I always noticed in school growing up is that when you look at slavery was hardcore slavery was an era where you had so-called Latin brothers, your so-called Negro brothers. You had all of us going through slavery and oppression together, man. At the same time. But they were always trying to make us separate with each other, man. But when you learn this knowledge, you're like, oh, okay, this is why we was going through that at this time. It all makes sense now. It makes sense now. And then when you learn the scriptures, you learn how that's prophecy that will happen to us, man. Gad, a troop shall overcome you, but at the end you should overcome him. You learn you learn like, oh, that was prophecy. You learn that, hey, my fathers them were fucking mighty fucking men that was going at Esau's throat. And you learn that, oh shit, that makes sense, Reuben. The excellency of my might. All right? it makes perfect sense. You grow up around so-called Mexicans, you like, okay, it says Issachar, a man that was able to discern the time and know the seasons, man. It makes sense when you be around when you grow up around so-called Mexicans, you realize that damn, they can tell. I remember that shit, man. All these different characteristics of us, you know. I know about the Levites because I have Levites in my family. Like I said, I believe my mother, if I'm not mistaken, my mother's a Levite. All right, look at what the Levites do. I knew about voodoo as a child, and my mother didn't practice voodoo, but I knew about voodoo because it was known with my mother's, you know, people, man. Not her mother's side, but you know, they was known for that shit, right? Among, you know, Jake and you tell the difference, man. But then you come to find out there's some northern tribes that do their voodoo shit too as you grow up. All right, so these things, man, you know, it just makes sense, man. When you know the truth, it just makes sense. Everything makes sense, man. All right? Everything makes sense. All right? It was prophecy that we would, you know, be in Babylon. All right? It was prophecy that we would go together, weeping, seeking our power, man. This is Isaiah. Isaiah 10 and 20, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that spoke them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. See? So a remnant of us going to return. That's why only remnant of us going to really understand. All right? Only remnant of us going to understand and wholeheartedly accept this truth, man. And not take the scriptures, bits and pieces, and, you know, and try to separate us. The Lord ain't separating us. He's gathering us, okay? You know, anyways, with that, I'm going to close. Lord willing, this is edifying. Let's get ready to storm. You know, call on Yamashima caught it before it storm. But I want to say, Shalom, Yasha'Allah Bakaya, the elect of Israel, and Abba Babar, until next week, Lord willing. Okay, Shalom.